Hi, okay. So I totally get how you're feeling. You feel like this guy has been blowing you off. You feel like he's torturing you. I've been there. I know all about it. So let's take a look. First, we'll do the card reading, and then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you something that you can do to help yourself out. Something that I found helpful. So let's see. Is this Taurus? Oh, one card just fell, so let's just see what that is. Oh. Look at the card that just fell. The Ten of Wands. You feel like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. All right. Now let's see. Is the Taurus blowing off the Pisces? Or this could even be him feeling like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. I'm not feeling like him ignoring you or putting off this vibe has much to do with you. I don't know why. I'm not getting that impression. Okay. Okay, well, it looks like you're definitely in the dark about something with the moon. So there's something that he hasn't told you. There is no other woman here that showed up, so I don't believe it has to do with another woman. It could have to do with a kid. The Page of Wands would be a fire sign if he has a child or he's got a cousin or somebody that's in his life. That would have to be young, like usually like 20 or younger. This is a very young person. And it could be, who knows, if he's got a family issue or somebody's staying with him, it would be a fire sign, which would be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. The next card here is the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which means he feels like he's not getting any cooperation. There's no there's not like a good co-working relationship. So from this reading right here, this looks to me like it's either a family member that's a young person that's interfering. Maybe this kid's having trouble with something, he's trying to help the person out. Or maybe this has to do with work and money because you are in the dark. He hasn't told you about it. There could be a very young person involved. That might be a fire sign. The Three of Pentacles in reverse is showing that he feels like he's the only one doing the work. Nobody else is helping. No one else is pulling their weight. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse is usually an issue with money. And it's usually like not having enough money or worried about money or not making the money that you thought you were going to be making. And the Queen of Wands in reverse when it's in reverse, I don't really see these cards, the court cards, as a person. It's more of a situation. So where the Queen of Wands would be a situation where you could be very ambitious, you could be able to make things happen. If it was a person, it would be somebody that was very fiery. But being that it's upside down, I think that this here is a situation that he feels he doesn't have control over. Like things are not working out for him the way he wants. It's not going smooth. So let's see. I'm going to pull some more cards to see if you're going to hear from him. You're going to hear from him. I know you will. So will there be communication? Between the Taurus and the Pisces one. All right, you're making yourself nuts about this. The first card you have here is the Nine of Swords, which is like the anxiety card. It's like you're keeping yourself up worried all night about this. But look at what you got here. The Knight of Cups. This is the knight in shining armor. This is like he comes in on his white horse with an offering of love. And then the fourth card here is, the Four of Cups can be a little bit like contemplative. So it's almost like you're so worried, you're relieved that you hear from him, but you're not sure where this is going. So you still kind of have your guard up, which is okay. So I do think that you're going to hear from him. I think that he's either having an issue with a young family member or this is work-related. I'm leaning towards this is work-related. It doesn't feel to me, no love cards came up, no women cards came up. It was nothing like that. So this is what I'm going to suggest. Now, I've been working with, I don't remember if I told you or if I told somebody else, but I've been working with Veronica Isles. She's on YouTube all over the place. She's a law of attraction coach. So one thing that I really want to stress is how important it is to commit to something. So in other words, if you want to bring this guy into your life, commit to it. Watch her videos. She can probably explain it better than I can, although I'm going to make another video after I make this one that explains the situation I was in this week that I think could be helpful about the committing part. So if you want to bring this guy into your life and you want to make things happen, it sounds crazy, but it works. And there's Veronica Isles, and then there's also, she told me to read or listen to audiobooks by Neville Goddard, I think is his name, Neville Goddard. And these are old stories. Like this guy was from like the early 1900s. And he talks about how it's your imagination that really is the key to your future. So for example, the email that you sent me, just reading what it said, I feel like he's distancing himself from me. I feel like he's trying to, maybe there's another woman. All of these like crazy scenarios that you have in your head, which is like everyone else. We all do this, which is why the law of attraction works. Because what happens? Let me tell you this story. Years ago, I was dating this guy, Gary. And Gary was a lot younger than me. He was like 10 years younger than me. And he wasn't very mature with things, the way he handled things. Quiet, Dylan. So if he, sometimes he would just do something really mean. And I was talking to the tarot card reader that I go to. And I said something to her about, if I ever heard that he was at my job and he was kissing another girl, that would be the end of it for us. Well, lo and behold, not many months later, that's exactly what happened. He showed up at my job when I wasn't there, making out with some girl to let my coworkers see this. And then somebody was going to tell me. That's what he did. Well, I was devastated. But I remembered that I had said this to the tarot reader that I see, Judy. She's really a psychic. I don't even want to call her a tarot reader. But I had spoken it. It's almost like I wished it on myself. And there were other situations that, looking back into my past, that I have done the same thing. So forget about everything that you said to me in the email and use your imagination. So this is where it starts to get a little bit strange for us because we're adults, but what they say is you have to imagine it. So imagine that he called you this morning and he apologized to you. He told you that, I'm very sorry that I've been distant or I haven't been speaking to you lately. I've been busy with problems at work. And then you hear yourself apologize, but oh, that's okay. Yeah, it's all right. Talk to me. I'll talk to you later, whatever you say. And try to make yourself believe that this already happened. From what this guy Neville Goddard says, and you can go on YouTube and you can listen to all of the stories. The time before you fall asleep is the most powerful to do this. So right before you're going to fall asleep, have this conversation. You can even, he gives an exercise in one of the videos where you actually go to sleep at night rewriting the day that you had. So you can say, you can even, see, I live alone, so I can get away with a lot because there's nobody here. But like the other day, I was cleaning the kitchen and I was just, I was talking out loud as if I was talking to somebody about these things that I wanted to bring into my life. I was like, just saying things out loud that I wanted to happen. Like, ever since I finished paying off my car, and now I have more money that I'm working on paying off my house, that kind of stuff. Because it's the past tense, which makes it like it already happened. And what they're saying is that the imagination is exactly what brings everything into existence. You have to imagine it. And unfortunately, the way we grow up, we're so logical that we don't even, we don't even think about the imagination. But from what he says, your mind is so fertile that whatever you plant in it will grow. So if you're constantly thinking about him blowing you off, that's what you're going to attract. It's like kind of like the law of attraction. But almost, it's even wackier than that, because this is like, well, all I need to do is imagine it, which it sounds very complicated, but it's not. It's really simple. Just imagine it and spend some time imagining it. Or if you're in the car driving, talk to the passenger. Oh yeah, me and so, we went out last night, we this, we that. Because I feel like when there's a lack of commitment, and at one point it's like we're wishing him to come back, and the next minute we're like, I want to get over it, I want to forget it. It's like the universe doesn't know what to respond to, and then you wind up getting a roller coaster. It's like one day it's good, the next day it's bad. And I've done this to myself too, so I'm right there with you. I know exactly what you're going through. Try to focus on something positive happening. And even if you have to, they say fake it till you make it, fake it. There are all kinds of different exercises. You can journal these things. You can just repeat it over and over again in your head, visualize. But trying to convince yourself of it is like, that's what you really want. You really want to convince yourself. So I'm going to make another video, but that video will be posted for everyone to see, because I want to talk about this, because I think that some people can benefit from it. Okay, I will talk to you soon. And let me know what happens. All right, bye-bye.